Ford attempts to convince dealers to sell at Tesla's lower prices. September 11, 2022. Ford is ambitious about its electrification project. However, it has identified a bottleneck, which it is trying to solve. Per a report by WTVB, the American carmaker is attempting to convince its dealers to cut up to $2,000 from their selling price. Ford increased the prices of the Mustang Mach-E and the F-150 Lightning but said the cut was necessary to remain competitive. Its competitors, mainly Tesla and other startups, sell directly to consumers. This means the final prices do not include markup by dealers. Ford CEO Jim Farley will meet with dealers in Las Vegas next week. His primary focus is how to reduce the cost of delivering his company's EVs to the buyers. Back in July, Farley commented Ford needed to reduce its selling costs by $2,000 per vehicle. He suggested up to $700 could be saved by shipping cars directly to the buyer instead of letting them sit on dealer lots for weeks or months. Meanwhile, dealers have said they expect Farley to touch on minimum investments they must make to support EV sales. This may involve installing EV chargers. Its local rival General Motors is preparing to buy out Buick dealers that refuse to make EV selling investments. It is also setting up a Tesla-like model to sell cars in China. Source reposted and summarized from Richard Walker at Drive Tesla Canada. My take: good luck with that. The dealers are too short-sighted to do the right thing. They will soon be gone. Tesla is ramping up in Bangkok. September 11, 2022. Earlier this month, Tesla RT was the first to report that Tesla was hiring for a location in Bangkok, Thailand. Tesla is ramping up its hiring efforts in Bangkok with a walk-in recruitment day. Tesla will hold the event on September 16 and 17 from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. at its location in All Seasons Place. Tesla has a total of 16 job openings for its new location in Thailand, although Thailand isn't expected to be a production site for Tesla. The country is ASEAN's fourth largest auto assembly and export hub for Toyota and Honda. Reuters noted, Thailand produces around 1.5 million to 2 million vehicles per year and half of these are exported. Earlier this year, the Bangkok Post reported that the Thailand government confirmed that it was willing to fully support the production and sale of EVs. Thanakorn Wangbunkhongchana, a government spokesperson, said that the nation is determined to cut carbon dioxide emissions as much as possible. As part of that, the government now has a policy of not only supporting the increasing use of electric vehicles in the country but to likewise make Thailand a hub for producing electric cars and motorbikes in the ASEAN region. Thanakorn said, although Tesla doesn't have any plans to produce EVs in Thailand, the hiring ramp shows that Tesla is nearing ready to sell EVs to the regional market. Most likely, these will be produced at Giga Shanghai, which Tesla plans to turn into the world's largest export hub. Source reposted and summarized from John Kreider at Tesla RT. My take: one small step closer to Tesla becoming Choam. Tesla Model Y gets almost perfect 5-star rating. September 11, 2022. The European-made Tesla Model Y surprises in the Euro NCAP safety tests with an almost perfect result. The 5 stars are attributable to an impressive 97% adult occupant protection and 98% safety assistance. Tesla's electric SUV achieves all possible points thanks to the system that keeps you in lane, and the new driver monitoring system based on internal cameras. According to the manufacturer, the European Tesla Model Y made in the Berlin Gigafactory in Germany did not disappoint in the Euro NCAP tests and jumped to the top of the ranking of cars that have achieved the 5 stars of the European body. The greatest achievement that the Austin manufacturer highlights for its first European vehicle is the almost perfect result of 98% in the security assistance category, which the firm highlights to dispel doubts about camera-based security systems. The Tesla Model Y also achieved a 97% score for adult occupant protection. Just as a reference, Euro NCAP is a voluntary vehicle safety rating system created by the Swedish Road Administration, the Fédération Internationale de l'Automobile and International Consumer Research and Testing, backed by 14 members, and motoring and consumer organizations in several EU countries. They provide European consumers with information regarding the safety of passenger vehicles. In 1998, operations moved from London to Brussels. The program is modeled after the New Car Assessment Program, introduced 1979 by the U.S. National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Other areas with similar but not identical programs include Australia and New Zealand with ANCAP, Latin America with Latin NCAP, and China with CNCAP. Testing is not mandatory, with vehicle models either being independently chosen by Euro NCAP or sponsored by the manufacturers. In Europe, new cars are certified as legal for sale under the Whole Vehicle Type Approval regimen that differs from Euro NCAP. According to Euro NCAP, the frontal and side impact crash tests used by Euro NCAP are based on those used in European legislation. However, much higher performance requirements are used by Euro NCAP. It also states that legislation sets a minimum compulsory standard whilst Euro NCAP is concerned with best possible current practice. Progress with vehicle safety legislation can be slow, particularly as all EU member states' views have to be taken into account. Also, once in place, legislation provides no further incentive to improve, whereas Euro NCAP provides a continuing incentive by regularly enhancing its assessment procedures to stimulate further improvements in vehicle safety. The Model E's Tesla Vision system, built at the Berlin Gigafactory, purely based on cameras, works remarkably well at preventing collisions with other cars, cyclists, and pedestrians. The results in the other two main categories are also outstanding. In the children protection category it achieves an impressive 87%, and in protection of vulnerable road users category it also achieves a high score, 82%. The General Secretary of Euro NCAP, Michiel van Rattingen, has particularly congratulated Tesla for the results of the Model Y, which he describes as really outstanding and unprecedented. Mr. Rattingen also added that Tesla has shown that only the best is good enough for the company, and that they hope to see them continue to aspire to that goal in the future. The crash tests basically include frontal impact test. A deformable barrier hits over 50% of the width of the car, both traveling at 50 km. Frontal impact test. The car crashes into a full-width rigid barrier at 50 km. A side impact test. A mobile deformable barrier impacts the driver's door at 60 km. And a pole test. The car is propelled laterally towards a rigid pole at 32 km. In summary, the results of the Euro NCAP tests for the Tesla Model Y are as follows: adult occupant protection 97%, child occupant protection 87%, protection of vulnerable road users 82%, and security assistance 98%. Source reposted and summarized from Iqtidar at Talk News. My take: I always have said that Tesla cars are the safest cars on the road. Tesla to pay customers $100. September 11, 2022. Elon Musk has gone so far as to say that Tesla workshops should pay $100 to their clients in the event that they were forced to accept the rescheduling of an appointment, with less than 24 hours notice. The changes that Tesla CEO wants to make in order to offer a high-tech technical service at the level of Formula One have led him to make this statement after protests that some of his clients have made on social media. A couple of months ago, Musk promised to apply F1 techniques to get a complete overhaul of the electric car in just 1 hour. The idea was basically that going through an official service workshop should be a good, even magnificent experience, instead of some kind of torture for the client as it allegedly is for some customers. A month earlier, the CEO assured that the strategy was to make larger and more specialized workshops with a greater number of specialized workers. After receiving thousands of complaints from all over the world, he and the Tesla team got busy working to improve customer service. The commitment was to review and service each electric car in record time, for this purpose. In addition to larger official facilities for service, much more specialized personnel are needed for specific tasks. For instance, while the car goes up on the lift, several of these technicians will be examining it in parallel, carrying out the appropriate operations in the shortest time possible. Musk assured that the intention is to get that express service time as many times as possible, although he acknowledges that it will not always be the case. To make sure this happened, Musk promised that he would personally oversee the entire process, getting involved when necessary. The truth is that things have not changed significantly since that statement was made, and the owners have not attested to any major improvements. What Tesla did do was to introduce a fee or fine of $100 for customers who changed an appointment in the workshop with less than 24 in advance. Thus, Tesla made sure to reduce cancellations by reducing free attention time slots and thus reducing the wait for other EV owners. This rescheduling fee has clearly met opposition on social media, although some customers have claimed that despite being told about the eventual charge, it was ultimately not included in their bill. However, a Missouri customer complained via Twitter that Tesla service rescheduled an appointment less than 24 hours in advance for free. However, this customer says that if he had done it himself, Tesla would have charged him $100, arguing publicly against this injustice. Elon Musk read this message on Twitter and replied that the customer was right, also affirming that this fee should be reciprocal. The CEO stated that the company should pay back its customers those $100 if the service center rescheduled the appointments in less than 24 hours. He also added that he would spend a lot of personal time improving Tesla's service to make it amazing. Tesla was tagged in Musk's Twitter post, which could mean a change is coming soon. As usually when the CEO makes a public statement, management wastes no time making it actually happen. It is not yet clear how the manufacturer is going to implement this measure so that it positively affects the customers, although it is most than likely that a credit will be generated in customers' accounts to spend on brand products or services, fast charging credit, accessories, etc. Source reposted and summarized from Nicholas Caballero at Talk News. My take: it's only fair to go both ways on this issue.